Alright, here is the next update video on the super cheap Craigslist Project 240. Here is the car as it sits. You might notice there's something a little bit different about it since the last time we had a video. Yeah, the engine's out and the transmission is out. It's actually surprisingly easy to do on these cars.
It's happening!
We ground off rusted drive shaft bolts. Drive shaft's out. Here is the auto gearbox that came with it. We didn't bother to unbolt the torque converter, but this transmission's junk and no one wants it, so we're gonna scrap it for 20 bucks. But hey, no transmission, no problem, because we found a shiny, used, dirty 5-speed. So we sold the single cam in typical 240 fashion. We listed it on all the Facebook pages where cheap 240 owners congregate. We had about 10 people say they for sure were gonna come get it. They all bailed, except for one kid in Fresno, California, which, if you're not familiar with our geography, is about 5 hours north of here. He said, I for sure want it, I'm definitely gonna come get it. Everyone else bails. This kid sends me a message saying, hey, I can't make it, but my parents can be there. And sure enough, this kid's parents drove up in a Nissan Rogue SUV. We spent the better part of an hour loading an engine into the back of this little car, and they took it and they gave us cash.
So what else have we done to the cheap Craigslist Project 240?
We've done some serious weight reduction on the 240 in the form of blasting off about 15 pounds worth of crud and oil buildup that had dropped off the old single cam. The steering rack on our 240 was in pretty bad shape, so we bought a replacement rack for really cheap. You know it's really cheap because it came with these super nice tie rods and tie rod ends. We also bought more parts for the manual transmission swap, including the clutch pedal and a manual drive shaft. Unlike our automatic drive shaft, it can actually be disassembled and not have to be ground and cut off. The car came with tan coilovers in the front and stock suspension in the rear, so we found some mad JDM matching rear tan coilovers. Hopefully it'll make the car as stiff and uncomfortable as the front ones do. For our super clean OEM Plus numbers matching original parts 240 build and restoration, we found some OEM wheels for super cheap with tires that aren't totally shot. We have completely ignored the dashboard. We didn't fix the exhaust yet.